Hello everybody and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing week. Currently it is Thursday and the markets are kind of pumping right now. The stock markets are pumping once again, but Bitcoin currently finding support, having a small correction, basically finding support at that weekly pivot resistance. Right now we are having it flipped as support, as you can see right here. Also, it perfectly correlates with our value area high right here from that bigger range, as you can see, which is also very key zone that we need to hold in order for the Bitcoin price to keep going up. Now, if we move to a lower time frame, basically you can see right here, as of today, we did get another very important news. Basically, the US PPI came out lower, which is actually good for crypto, as you can see. So Bitcoin perfectly bounced right off this news right here from that weekly pivot resistance right here. As you can see, we did not lose that 106k level, which is also our value area high right here. So basically we need to hold this level in order for Bitcoin to continue going up. So maybe we do get some kind of consolidation above this value area high and also above this pivot resistance line, and then maybe after this consolidation we can take off once again, since if we look at the S&P 500 today, basically we did get a correction yesterday, perfectly rejected from that second weekly pivot resistance of the S&P 500. Basically very strong resistance is also the 6000 regions for the stock market. The S&P 500, the 6000 region is also considered a pretty strong resistance. And when it also correlates with that weekly pivot resistance, as you can see, we did get that bounce. But as of right now, the markets are perfectly recovering and still touching perfectly right now this trend line. And once we get back above that trend line, and if the S&P 500 manages to continue to its all-time highs, then Bitcoin, I don't see a reason for it to not continue also, since we are still above that value area high right here. As you can see, also perfectly consolidates with our weekly pivot resistance. So basically this is a very key level. Once we lose that level, then I am expecting some kind of a lower price targets, but as of right now we need to hold this level right here, very key level. Also, if we look at Ethereum also currently holding that weekly pivot resistance 2700. Basically that's the top of this range right here that we've actually just broken out, but we found once again strong resistance at that weekly pivot line. And also our momentum waves and RSI, as you can see, they did get very oversold. So basically it was due for some kind of a cool off, and this is exactly what we got right now. But if we look at the liquidation heat map for Bitcoin, as you can see, still most of the liquidity is sitting on top. So basically there is no reason for us not to take out this liquidity once again that we failed to take out right here, as you can see. And so right now I'm still expecting another push up, maybe to the end of this week, or maybe coming into the weekend. Maybe we get some kind of a weekend pump. Also the Bitcoin ETF flows, as you can see, today once again we did get another 164 million of Bitcoin ETFs inflows. So the bigger companies are still accumulating Bitcoin every day, as you can see, and very big amounts. And also if you look at the Fear and Greed index, we are back into that greed zone. So if we stay here, then I'm expecting another push, possibly to that extreme fear greed. If the Bitcoin price continues to move to the upside, basically we can easily get back to that extreme greed territory. And also if the stock market, as I mentioned, continues to the upside, then I do not see a reason for a bigger correction for Bitcoin yet. Everything is looking very good right now. We are still above that value area high, and maybe we do range here, as I mentioned, in order for us to see some kind of a bigger breakout, but this only time will tell. So as long as I said, as we do not lose this level, then the Bitcoin price, I don't see a reason that it won't continue to the upside. And if we look at the Bitcoin dominance, once again, the problem for the Bitcoin dominance is right now it found support at that weekly pivot support to right here. As you can see, if we look at on a hard time frame, I was expecting some kind of a bigger move like we did get here, but we actually found support right now, and the Bitcoin dominance is currently maybe trying to test that weekly pivot right here. As you can see, back around 64%, and then maybe we can get that bigger rejection that I'm looking for. And for right now, the altcoins like Solana still got rejected from that weekly pivot resistance right here, and maybe they will test their weekly pivot once again. Also, as I mentioned, Ethereum also looking still pretty good above that range that we broke out of, so maybe the same goes for ETH and for Bitcoin. We do get some kind of a consolidation right here before another push up into that $3,000 zone basically for Ethereum. The only altcoin that is very strong right now, let me just remove this, and is currently hitting that last weekly pivot resistance is basically Hype. Hype has been getting a very strong run, as you can see from the lows that it made basically at the $9 range. It has been having a almost 350% pump, so that's basically a very major and big pump to the upside. So it is currently hitting that weekly pivot resistance again. As you can see, we've already tested it once, and right now the price is hitting it again, trying to hit it again. As you can see, the reason for that is our RSI indicator and our momentum wave, they were very oversold right here, and we did get that cool off for Hype. But as you can see, we're bouncing from that second weekly resistance as support right now. So basically, I don't see a reason maybe for Hype to not break out of this range. So basically, if we enable the monthly pivot lines, you can see we're also at a very strong monthly second resistance for Hype, basically still testing that. And since the coin is in price discovery, basically the price has not been that high, and currently we need it is very possible, since we are in price discovery, basically we are right now in prices that this coin have not seen yet, basically all-time highs. We do not know, we can't possibly put up a top for it, so basically the price can actually continue very high, basically all the way up to maybe the hundreds, or maybe like 86 to 90s, or basically the hundreds. As I said, it is very possible that this run will continue still as long as Bitcoins remain bullish. Then it is very possible that Hype will get another 18 to 90% pump and test that last monthly pivot resistance, as it is very strong at the moment basically. So this is what I'm expecting for it. And as for Bitcoin, as I said, if we do not lose this level, then I'm still expecting higher price targets of maybe around 114. Basically we make a new all-time high, and 115 remains for now my last price target for Bitcoin in the near weeks and months. So once we get there, then I'll be looking for some kind of a short trading opportunities. And this is my plan for now, guys. I hope you like the video, subscribe for the channel, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.